Morning everyone, my name is Audrey. I am Stitchy Witch 42. It is Monday the 25th of October, a week before Halloween. This is my channel about cross stitch, life, the universe, and everything. So on my last video I said that I might be doing another video today to share some of my non-cross stitchy projects, and if that's not something that you want to listen to, I understand that. I kind of wish you'd hang around, but if you do or if you don't, I'm never going to know unless you tell me. If you don't tell me, please. So, it is rather rainy and windy outside. I don't know if you're going to catch that because we've had some pretty heavy gusts coming around the house so far today. We lost power for a little while last night. Hopefully that won't happen again today, but I can continue recording because I record on a camera. I've got the pellet stove going in the background, so you might hear the humming of that. It's the time of year when the pellet stove is on. I have my new hat. I thought I would show that off. I ordered this off of Etsy, and the lady actually lives over in Sisters, Oregon, and I'll list it down below. But I rather like my new style, witch's hat. I actually got this to ride in the Jeep. I have to figure out how to attach a ribbon so I can tie it underneath my chin. Maybe hide some of the chin, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I decided that I would add this lovely button that I had purchased a while back from Chris Yoo as the Yoo Flies. So I think it looks fabulous on there. It adds just that perfect little touch, and I'm ready to do my video. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is my wool project. I want to talk about some paper crafting, and I want to talk about the Halloween Advent exchange that I am doing with Melanie from Melanie Smith Yarns and Threads. If you're not following her on Flosstube and Instagram, you really should. She's a fantastic lady. Just follow her. Take my word for it. It's good stuff. Okay. So, a couple months ago, I decided that I was going to try to do a wool project. I've not really done a wool project before. I made that little felt strawberry fob. I don't count that as doing a wool project. But I have been looking online and I found a pattern by Lisa Bonjean, The Primitive Gatherings. It's this one here. It's a pumpkin table mat. Now, I did not know how to do this. But fortunately, I have friends who know how to do wool applique. And one of them lives pretty close to me. Her name is Anna. You might know her as Stitch Roadies, Quilt Roadies, Woolly Mammoth 53. The lady knows how to do applique. So I got to go up to the beehive and spend a day with her, and basically she got me all set up so that I could just do the sewing part of this project. And I've been working on it. I'm having some issues with it, but that's okay. It's my learning pattern. She showed me how she cut out all the pieces. She uses, hopefully I'll get this right, she'll correct me if I'm wrong, SF 101 soft fuse to attach the cutout pieces to the background, and she's done all of that for me, and then I had to come in and do the stitching. So this is where I'm at with this project, and I'm actually a fair way on it. I am stitching around this pumpkin down here, and then I have this pumpkin to do, and all of these pieces will be stitched down to the mat itself. The next part of this is where I'm just a wee bit concerned. Well, you can't see it on the picture, but between each of these pumpkins, there's a curly vine and leaves that go all the way around and connect them all. The pattern does give you a pattern to use. A little flash there. But how to do it. So, beginning of October, Acorns put on their second annual Pacific Northwest Stitchers Summit retreat. It was an online retreat because of COVID. And one of the patterns that we got from that involves doing some embroidery on 5 different pieces of linen, I think it was. And the idea that they offered up for doing that was to take some tracing paper, draw your pattern on the tracing paper, cut that strip of paper off, and then place it on the piece of linen that you're stitching on and stitch through the tracing paper, and then you have to pull the tracing paper out from under it. I've never done this, so I'm gonna try. We're gonna see how it works. If anyone has a better idea, let me know. I know that there are pens you can use, but I'm thinking at least if I try the tracing paper, my stem stitch can kind of sort of maybe possibly be somewhat nice. So this has been, like I said, this is my first wool project. And doing the blanket stitch around the pumpkins and around all the little bits, the leaves and the stems and everything, has been very, very easy. On the other hand, doing the stem stitch that makes the grooves on the pumpkins, well, the first one turned out really, really good. And then the second one, I don't know what stitch it was that I was doing, but that's the back of my first pumpkin, which I thought was looking pretty darn cute. That's the back of my second. I don't know what stitch that is. I'm not taking it out, because from this side you can't tell. But anyway, this is my first wool applique project. I am liking this. I'm working on it slowly because I have to stitch this in hand, and I am not very coordinated stitching in hand. So that was the first thing that I wanted to share with you. Along with that, I now have a piece of happy mail that I'm just going to segue right into. There is this wonderful lady that does Flosstube videos. Her name is Kathy. You might know her as To Dye House. She is the one that I did the berry exchange with. She is the one that made me all those adorable little blueberries. Oh my gosh. I am proud to call her a friend also. I received a package in the mail. It was this long package. It was triangular in shape. And I thought, what do you send in a triangle-shaped long box? What you send in a triangle-shaped long box is a project roll. This project roll. She's got this beautiful crocheted ribbon on it to close it. When you open it up, this is the inside. There's this nice piece of batting that you can use to lay your projects on. This is the back. Perfect for me, don't you think? But this thing was just the right size for my mat, because I had it sitting here on my kitchen table and I didn't want to fold it up. But I can tuck this right in here up to the top. And then roll it up. And it's not getting any folds in it at all. Kathy, I know I've already thanked you for this, but again, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm going to talk about some paper crafting that I've been doing now. On my last video, I talked about how stressed I had been, and part of what I was going through with my stress is that I really couldn't watch Flosstube because it was making me feel more stressed because I wasn't stitching. So I just gave up watching Flosstube for several weeks. I am so far behind. I'm never going to get caught up. I'm just going forward from wherever I catch up on people, and we're going to do it that way. What I was able to watch is paper crafting videos. Not that I was really working on any paper crafting projects during those weeks, but I was storing the ideas, and eventually I got back into that. So there are two people, and I will list all the information for both their channels down below if you are interested in paper crafting. You need to check both these ladies out. The first one is Natasha from Treasure Books, and the second one is Pam from the Paper Outpost. So, Natasha does these wonderful tutorials on her channels, and when she does it, she always has a sheet of paper that she shows you that has directions and diagrams on how to create what she's showing. I love that. She was working on what she called a pocket journal. Basically, she took a book that had hand-sewn signatures in it. The signatures are the sheets of paper that are sewn into the binding that you either read or journal on. Well, I had bought this journal off of Amazon, and it had 5 hand-sewn signatures in it. So I decided to use this, and basically the whole point of it is that you take the pages. I had to remove several pages from this, and then cut and shape the pages into pockets. So I haven't decorated this journal because it's a work in progress. But this first page, I took 2 pages, I cut them diagonally, I glued them here on the bottom, creating a pocket between the 2 pages. I then added another little pocket onto the front of it. This page, 2 pages put together, I cut a V shape out of it, glued them together so I have another pocket. This one, I folded the page over, glued it down so I have a long pocket here. This one, I took 2 pages and cut them in half and made a small pocket that flips out, and this one that goes down this way. And I did this throughout this whole journal. I'm now going through trying to fill this with other paper projects, and I thought that I would share some of those with you. So one of the things that I did, I'll show you right here. I've got 2 sheets of paper that have been glued together to create a pocket, and in this pocket I have a little paper bag that I made. Another lady on Flosstube, Lisa, Prims on Greenway, she and I had a Zoom crafting day a couple of weeks ago, and we worked on creating little paper bags out of grocery bags. So simple. Everything in this journal has been so simple to do. But it was so much fun to spend 45 minutes visiting with Lisa, getting to know her. I created this little bag. I decoupaged a napkin on the front of it. I wrote her name down here with stamps, and then I dated it. So this is in my journal to remind me of a fun day that I had crafting with a friend on a Zoom meetup. So like I said, this fits into the front half of this pocket right here. Well, behind it is another pocket. And in here is an idea that I got from Pam at the Paper Outpost. I don't know about you, but I know that I get bills. I still get paper bills. And I was always just tossing those bill envelopes in the recycling bin until I saw Pam. And then I decided I had to start saving them. I'm having my neighbor and my daughter save them for me too, because I have a lot of ideas, because Pam showed me what to do with bill envelopes. So I made this lovely little envelope, and you can see it's a bill envelope. And basically paper, ink, glue, and what I used to cover the front of this envelope are dried tea bags. Dried tea bags. But this makes a cute little place that I can put something extra down inside there, and it's just a little project to go in my pocket journal. So as you can see, I've got the paper bag that I worked on with Lisa here. I've got the envelope behind it. A couple weeks ago, I got to meet up with a friend, Marcia, and we met at Acorns Threads, and then we went and had lunch together. And she gave me this huge box of fabric and patterns, and I've been sharing it with people. And in the bottom of the box was a simplicity pattern. I don't know if she knew that was in there. I hope she doesn't want it back, because I like the tissue paper. But this is another cute little thing, an idea that I got from somebody paper crafting. It's a little matchbook journal with little pages in here for journaling, but I covered it using the simplicity pattern. And again, this is hard to do. It just fits into one of the little pockets that I have here. So I had also saw Pam do this. This was a way to use up a 12 by 12 sheet of crafting paper, was to make a ephemera storage spot that you could send out as happy mail or whatever. Mine is a work in progress, but basically the way that you fold it, you end up with something that gives you one pocket here, one pocket here, one pocket here, one pocket here, and if you sew this edge together, you have another pocket here. There's another one of those bags that was really easy to make in there. The other thing that I have in here, this time using a smaller piece of crafting paper, a 6x6, I basically cut it in half, rounded the edges, used my fleur-de-lis cutter, inked it, cut a sheet of paper and glued it to the two edges back there, and made a little booklet. More journaling space inside this pocket journal. And again, this is fitting down inside this pocket in my pocket journal. I have various other things in here that I've been working on. On this page, I have a long pocket here, but I also made it so that I have a pocket here. And this one, you know, I've been making the bookmarks this year and sending them out because I'm celebrating my 62nd birthday all year long. This was an idea from Pam at the Paper Outpost, was to make basically 3 bookmarks, but stagger them in width, and then to hold them together with a brad so that you end up with something like this, but they all have spaces to journal on the back. All of this stuff. So simple. So enjoyable. Paper, glue, ink. You can use books out of paper. You can use images from magazines. You can use old cross-stitch patterns. All sorts of stuff, and it's just been so much fun to sit and play. And my plan is that I want to fill this journal up with various bits of ephemera. Who knows if I'll ever journal in it, but I'm having fun playing with this, so it's an ongoing project. Pam from the Paper Outpost, like I said, she has got me hooked on saving my bill envelopes now, the ones with the windows in them. Both the ones that are the front envelope of the bill and the ones that are the inside envelope if you mail payments back. I do payments electronically, but I still like getting paper bills. And now I kind of have a need. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. I need bills. That's really sad. Yeah. I made a little journal out of 4 bill envelopes. I've seen a couple of people who have been making the little autograph journals to take to retreats, and I thought this one would go with that idea so easily. So I'm going to fold it open so you see both the front and the back. That's the front of the journal. That's the back of the journal, and you can see there's the window there. I left the top open so stuff can be tucked into every envelope. The second envelope in the journal. Okay, those of you who have Sizzix should get a kick out of this. I used Sizzix plates to emboss this envelope. I'm trying to hold it at an angle so that you can see the embossing on there. I don't have the Sizzix roller. What I do have is a husband who has a hydraulic press out in his shop. You know, the kind of hydraulic press that you use to bend metal. You can use it for paper crafting too. You just don't press quite as hard, because when you do, you kind of tear your envelope a little bit. But that's okay, this one's mine, so it's perfectly all right. But again, I embossed this one, turned it upside down, so I actually used the flap on the back of the envelope for a pocket down here. This is the back half of that envelope, and I put an image in there so that it would peek through. And again, using the flap, created a pocket on the back side of the envelopes. My third envelope had a window there, and I decided I wanted to try putting a little bit of doily on this page just to give it a little fancification. Is that a word? Am I making it up? Does it matter? But I held the envelope and the doily up to the wall window so I could cut out from the doily where the opening for the window on the envelope was. When I actually went to cut it out of the doily, I kind of messed it up really bad, and that's where washi tape is your friend, because I hid all that. So on the back of that one, I wanted to put some more journaling space rather than just having the white envelope. And I found a piece of a printable image that I had that looks like a letter with some writing on it. I have no idea why it has this jagged edge here, but when I was placing it on this piece of paper, it highlighted the return address on this envelope, and I thought, that's actually kind of interesting, because I'm making this out of envelopes, so why not highlight the envelopes in some way? Now the inside page of this one, I'm going to see if I can do it this way. I put, it's a printable image of ledger paper on there. I tucked the flap in after I decorated it. And because my image didn't come all the way out to the edge, I used some more of those tea bags that I'd gotten from Lori. And it just adds texture and color and age to this project. And then the last one, the window was longer, so not only do you see the window on this side, but you see more of the window on this side. Again, covering it with paper and glue, another printable image that looks like it's torn paper around the edges, more journaling space. And then this is the center of my journal. Some coffee-tied paper, a printable image. Each one of these envelopes has a pocket either up at the top, or the one that I turned upside down, a pocket down at the bottom. And I have a cute little journal that if I ever get to go to a retreat again, will go with me so I can get people to sign it for me. My plan is to continue saving my bill envelopes, and when I have enough to make some more, to maybe offer them up for sale if people are interested. So if you are interested, I don't have any yet. I'm not taking a waiting list. Just tell me if you think it's a good idea or not. Okay, that's the paper crafting that I wanted to talk about. A quick little cross stitch piece. On my sideboard in the living room, I have my tiered tray, and on the top of it I have this little pillow. And I took a photograph the other day that I'm going to use to have some of the floss drop cards made, and she's at the top of the picture. And I have been getting questions both on my videos and on my Instagram who this is. This is the witch off of the pattern from Cour et Battlecourt Halloween and Cross Stitch. I was stitching that piece. I was not liking the way mine was turning out. I was having issues with it, but I liked her, so I cut her out and I made a small pillow out of her. So that's who she is, if anybody is interested, because I've had a lot of people asking who this adorable little witch is, and they weren't talking about me. I don't know why they weren't talking about me. I'm adorable, right? Don't piss off the witch. Just saying. All right. We're going to get into the good stuff now. The Halloween Advent with Melanie Smith Yarns and Threads. I think I've told you before that when it comes to Christmas, I'm the one that wants to open Christmas presents early, and Mark keeps telling me no. So Melanie comes up with this idea. Let's do a Halloween Advent and send each other a box with 31 gifts in it, wrapped up for Halloween. And then I have to try to be good and not open them up all at once. And I will not tell you how many people have told me, you know, you could have opened them all up and rewrapped them. But I didn't. I was good. I was good, okay? I was good. It's been difficult. There were actually a couple days where I almost forgot to open them up because I was being a good witch. So this was the box that I got. Big old box. And she wrapped everything in black tissue. Everything in black tissue. So it's been fun hunting through here from one black wrapped package to the next black wrapped package, finding the one that has the date on it. And I have a slew of goodies that I have received from her. And since none of them are in their packages anymore, I'm going to show you what I've gotten so far in no particular order. Okay, everything else in there is wrapped in black, so it means I haven't opened those yet. So one day was this little package of leaves, leaf buttons, tiny raking leaves. Those will be cute on some strawberries. Another day there was a Mill Hill kit, Autumn Harvest. Another day there was a floss ring with a witch hat. Not nearly as nice as my witch hat, but it's a witch hat and I like it. A coffin-shaped board. This will be excellent for finishing some. I know which pattern goes on this one. I had that moment. You just thought. Then she gave me the Erica Michaels Wicked Cute Strawberry. I need to get started on this, but right now I'm doing monogamous stitching because my brain needs to do that. She gave me a Lucy Beam Love in Stitches. There was another Mill Hill kit. This one is Halloween. There was a day where I got some trims. I will be using these. I've wanted to use these already, and I've been good. I waited until I did my video. She gave me a pad of 6x6 crafting blocks. These are what I used to make that little booklet that I showed you. Not these specifically, but 6x6 booklets. Another Mill Hill kit. This one is a gorgeous moon. I love the moon. There has been fabrics for doing finishes. There have been fabrics for stitching on. There have been flosses. There's been floss bling. She was modeled after me. Don't you see the similarity? I think it's the nose. The one I opened yesterday, I was unsure of what this one is, and she told me it's actually an ornament, and I just broke the twist tie. It's a blackened wax twist, or blackened wax. Okay, my camera cut me off there. I think I had just shown this lovely lady, and then I was trying to get this one out of the package, It is a blackened wax witch ornament. It has a bit of a cinnamon smell, which right now is a bit strong for me, so I'm going to let it hang out in my laundry room and diminish a little bit. But she is cute. She is so cute. Some spools of Acorns Threads. Coffee cup. You say witch like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We can be very, very wicked. Delightfully wicked, if need be. But it's not a bad thing. So, I have been having an absolute blast opening these up every day, having so much fun with them. I think I'm getting better stuff than I sent her, but I made some things for her, so I don't know. It's all good. It's been a learning curve on what to do. I'm really hoping that maybe we'll do it again next year and I will have a better idea of what to send. But still, I'm having a lot of fun with all of this stuff, and I still have 6 more days to go. And I'm doing good. I've only opened one a day. So, there you go. I have started at my new store. I've only been there 2 days so far. Everybody seems to be very, very nice, which is always nice. There is one physical issue which we're trying to figure a workaround for me. It involves getting into a low part of the safe that I have to access. So we're working on that, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. My stress level has dropped tremendously. Yeah. I've gotten back into stitching. I'd shown you that on my last video. Right now I am still wanting to stitch monogamously. I'm still working on Baltimore by Ink Circles and Cherrywood Designs. I only have 2 more tombstones to go on it, and then just to finish up the one side before I can finish that last square, and it'll be done. And that's my oldest project, and it's only 2 years old. 2.5. Something like that. Does it matter? No. Anyway, this is my non-cross-stitch video. I hope that you enjoyed the stuff that I shared. If you have any questions about any of the paper projects that I've been working on, I will try to answer them. I am going to link both those ladies' videos in my drop-down box below because I think they're fabulous. And Pam from the Paper Outpost is a flippin' riot to listen to. Go check her out. Anyway, until I get around to doing my next video, and I don't know when that will be, live long and stitch on. Happy Halloween, my friends. Bye-bye.